The woman had just asked her husband for a divorce. Their car suddenly skidded and the vehicle plunged off a 100-meter cliff in an instant. When the man crawled out of the car, his wife was already unconscious. The man held her tightly in his arms. He used his last bit of strength to write a distress signal in the snow with his blood. By the time emergency personnel arrived, the man had already died from excessive blood loss. But the woman knew nothing about what he had done. It was not until 3 years after her husband's death that the woman began to dream about him every night. She woke up terrified every single time. Troubled by this, the woman had to seek help from a psychiatrist. Under the doctor's hypnosis, the woman relived the day of the accident. But this time in her dream, she saw that her husband had died trying to save her. The woman could not understand why her husband, who she thought had hated her so much, would risk his life to save her in the end. What she did not know was that he had fallen in love with her at first sight back in their school days. But back then, she already had a boyfriend she liked. When the man found out she had been dumped by her boyfriend, he showed up by her side immediately. Later, the two got married. But after the marriage, the man felt inferior because of the ugly scars on his hands. He never let the woman touch his hands. However, his avoidance made the woman mistakenly think that he hated her. And so, the two missed out on a lifetime together. The woman was overcome with pain. When she woke up again, she was shocked to find that she had traveled back to her school days. It was the very day she had first met her husband. At that moment, the teacher introduced the man as a new transfer student and then pointed to the empty seat next to the woman. All the classmates thought the wealthy woman would look down on the poor transfer student. But the woman quickly cleared the desk beside her and invited the man to sit next to her. She decided that in this life, she would make it up to him. After school, the woman got into her uncle's car. On the way, she saw the man arguing with a customer. It turned out that the customer had refused to pay for his meal and that led to a conflict with the man. The customer splashed a pot of hot water all over the man. Still, the man insisted that the customer pay. Afraid the situation would escalate, the customer threw down the money and tried to leave. But the woman suddenly appeared and splashed water all over them. She demanded that they compensate the man for his burn injuries. When the two refused, the woman quickly called for her uncle. Her uncle's powerful presence frightened them. They pressed the medical expenses into the man's hand and fled in a hurry. The woman wanted to check on the man's injuries, but he avoided her again. Seeing that familiar gesture, she felt utterly disappointed. After she left, the man quickly poured cold water over his burned hands. But the woman suddenly came back. She apologized guiltily, saying she should have made them pay more for his injuries. She then handed him the medicine she had just bought. But the man refused to accept her kindness. The woman had to force the medicine into his hand. She was afraid that it would hurt when he treated the wound, so she put a milk candy into his mouth. Then she left peacefully. After the man tasted the sweetness of the candy, he fell in love with her all over again.